What is going on YouTube? Starting Gaming here with something a little bit different this week. I've been racking my brain over the weekend to try to figure out exactly what I want to do this week. It's going to be something completely different, and hopefully you all will enjoy it. If you do enjoy, make sure you let me know. Comment section, likes. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy what you see in this particular videos for this week or anything like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell notification so you can see when I upload and or go live. Check out all the links in the description, blah, blah, blah. You all know what it is. But I have some games that I have had in my library. What I've been doing is through Epic Games, I've been downloading games that have been free for weeks and months and blah, blah, blah. And my library has gotten huge. And so what I've done, I downloaded 5 games that I've never played, nor have they ever been on my channel at all. So these are going to be 5 completely random games. My first impression on every single game. I have, I want to say 1, maybe 2 horror games. 1 special game that a viewer, maybe subscriber, recommended. So hopefully you will enjoy it. A fun kid game, and I can't remember the other one. Anyways, we'll find out. But this potentially has a opportunity to go further as far as if you want to see more videos and whatnot as far as these games are concerned. So definitely let me know. I'm going to try to get 2 videos out on Wednesday and Thursday for Dead by Daylight and change. So no worries. Depending on how my schedule is though, I do work on Wednesday and Thursday, so depending on how the week is, it's supposed to be in the 90s where I'm at, and I work in a factory setting, so it's just still 10 to 15 degrees hotter inside, so that's super fun. So, and I've already had a long weekend, so I'm recording this Sunday evening after work. So let's go ahead and get into our very first game. I'll see you all in a second once it's loaded up. Hopefully you enjoy. What is going on YouTube? Starting Gaming here with my very first episode, very first video of the different week. This is Crimes and Punishments. This is a Sherlock Holmes game. First and foremost, I do want to let you all know, I don't know if this game has anything inappropriate in it as far as language or anything along those lines. So please keep that in mind. Bear with me. I will do what I can if there's any kind of nudity or anything to blur it on my end. Cursing is a little different. I personally don't do it. So that's that. I still have yet to actually get around to... I can easily bleep out cuss words, but it would take a long time. But this game, you play Sherlock Holmes. Apparently there's 6 different cases for you to solve, and you just have some fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly 100. Now remember, I have never played this game before. In turn, it has never been on my channel. Let's have some fun. Sorry, I got a pimple right there on the side of my nose. That's bad. Starring Sherlock Holmes. Interesting. John Watson. Looks like... Let's see if I can... No. Figure. Alright, no. Sorry, I'm looking. The Fate of Black Peter. Interesting. Sorry, I've got my recording software up on my phone right here, and I'm trying to. The music was pretty loud, and I don't think my voice was able to overcome it. It's actually kind of cool. You can read on the pages. This is different. I wonder if you can you get shot? Oh. I didn't get shot.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes.
May have to turn the voices up.
Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884.
Sorry, I'm
with a
being
small
quiet. I'm
fortune.
trying to make sure you can
He
hear
invested
the
his money
voices.
in a property called
and I'm paying
Woodman's
attention.
Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
I don't know when this game was out. Let's do 35 and 35. Yeah, cool. Back. But it's got pretty decent graphics. I think that is first person, that is third person. Stay first person.
My analysis table.
Salmon.
It is useful for my work. I cannot
Woodsman's
yet.
leave.
I am not finished here.
Tasks. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodsman's Lee. Select the suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join Lestrade at Woodsman's Lee. Evidence. Profile of the victim. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845 and so 50 years old. He achieved great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia, retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodsman's Lee. Interesting. Why are you telling me to do that? What if I could punch? That'd be interesting. Okay. You actually see her. She's up right in the middle window.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Organized crime in London. Sherlock Holmes. Sorry, I'm just taking in the ambiance.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Can't interact with anything else. I doubt it. Oh,
This is where I keep my post.
like a knife.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay, no, hold on. I don't want to go in there yet. This is Watson's room. Can I look at anything in here? No. Not done here. Interesting. Yeah, I already know. I got that. I can change what I look like. Who are you? A random fire going. I know this one. I need a suit. Casual suit, black suit, brown suit, green suit, gray suit, light suit, bandit outfit, farmer outfit, morning gown, sailor outfit, unbuttoned suit. Can you all guess which one I'm gonna go with? 'Tis my favorite color. Alright, cool. Oh, it's a jacket. Both like but do not like the fast travel. Interesting.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Task complete. Alright,
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
see what he's got to say.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Okay.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock. I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Now, this is interesting.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Okay.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to examine Steph. I've always kind of liked
Mr. Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes. I can see in there, but I can't go in there. It's Ward. Lawnmower. Can I not go back here? Guess not. Okay, that's cool. That's fine.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Can I walk through the garden? Take a look at that tree over there. I don't want to talk to Lestrade yet. Can I go in the house? Apparently not. Alright, fine. I guess I'm talking to Lestrade.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
That's it. Alright, interesting. Evidence required.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took...
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Guess I'm going inside.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
But the body's gone.
Good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Let me see with my elven eyes.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Right. Oh,
What a terrible way to die.
that's interesting.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
Apparently that's it.
Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884.
I have a feeling if you all want me to continue with this, it's going to be a long episode.
Harpoons for hunting whales. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Interesting. Oh, I can open it.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Sea knife.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
What's B do? Find a pair of related clues.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Is there anything else I can... Oh,
Peter
no.
Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Okay. Examine the table.
Someone drank from this
Two
glass
glasses.
recently. The initials PC have been crudely burned.
Peter Carey's. Cigar pouch. Or not cigar, tobacco. Wacky tobacco.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
This game is very complex, I would say. Okay, I'm gonna skip it.
Yes. This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular.
Might
among
attempt it
sailors.
more later, but I just was getting frustrated and I'm almost at the end of this episode video.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
So I have no more. Can I not look at anything else?
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Can't look at those pictures over there on the wall, maybe? Alright, whatever.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky,
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain
What
on
do
the
you
outside,
think?
near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Can I go talk to the wife again?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
That's what they stole.
Thank you, madam.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Interesting. Depending on how long these cases are, I'm going to determine how long these videos are, because I don't feel right ending halfway through a case. It's really dark. But at the same time, I keep my videos around half an hour long. It's always half an hour.
Did you hear that?
Sorry. Why don't you just grab him now?
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
You're funny.
Innocence? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
Can I examine it?
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Do it now. He's right down. He's right down. Scotland Yard. Interesting. I hit a... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Interrogate suspect and examine his belongings. You're not the suspect that I want to talk to.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see more of crimes and whatever it's called, Sherlock Holmes, definitely let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe button. If you're new, let me know down in the comment section. I'm kind of enjoying this game so far. Potentially, these episodes could be longer. Try to get through an entire case. Don't know how long it would take to get through an entire case. Just been a half an hour. Now, granted, that was me just starting out in the game, getting a feel for the controls, what all I had to do. So it might be a little bit different next time. But we have figured out what happened to our Peacher Carey. And questioned Judith Carey and found ourselves a young man breaking into a cabin. But if you want to see the next one, make sure you let me know. And we'll go from there. But above all, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.